The girl who was on the run suddenly found that the cracks in the cliff by the sea were packed with shivering students, and from the cliff above came the sound of the killer shooting other classmates. To stay alive, she also wanted to squeeze into the crack to hide, but she was rejected by the other fleeing classmates because the killer was right above them. One more person meant one more risk of exposure, so they drove Amy out helpless. She could only keep running forward in the icy seawater. Hearing the screams of other classmates above the cliff also meant more people were dying. She also wanted to quickly find a hidden place to hide, but no matter how she searched, she couldn't find any crack to hide in along the way. Any spot that could hide someone had already been taken by people who escaped earlier. She finally found a dent in a crack, but when she looked up, it was also an exposed spot. As the gunshots above her head got closer, Amy immediately took off her shoes, hoping she could swim across to the other side, but before the seawater even reached her waist, she didn't dare move forward anymore, because the floating corpses on the surface proved that those who tried to escape by swimming had become the killer's targets from the cliff. Seeing that this plan wouldn't work, Amy could only keep walking forward in the freezing seawater. Just like that, she stepped in the icy water, enduring the gunfire from the killer above. Soon even her walking rhythm changed. Luckily at that moment, classmates nearby called out to her. Pete was willing to let Amy join his group. But who knew, just after Amy crouched down, gunshots rang out extra clearly above their heads. It was obvious the killer was very close to them. The few of them could only curl up together, clinging to each other, listening to the sound of other classmates being killed on the top of the mountain. They only hoped the killer would leave quickly. But this wish actually came true, because a large group of students ahead had started running back in the opposite direction. Could it be the killer was now chasing from the front? Two of their companions followed the crowd and ran off. And Amy also wanted to leave with everyone, but Pete stopped her because right now it would only be more dangerous. They would just become targets for the killer above. Instead of following them into the sea to die, it was safer to stay here. Hearing the gunfire above gradually fade, Pete suggested Amy sing to ease the tension. And Amy agreed to this idea. She sat on the cliff edge and began to sing, but not long after she started, other classmates above shouted at her to stop, because the killer was already very close. Before Amy could react, the classmates above were killed by the killer. At that moment, the entire cliff slope echoed with screams.